Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if this is your first time, welcome and thanks so much for clicking on. In today's video, I thought I'd take you along with me on a Saturday morning. My husband and I are up bright and early with a quick trip to Walmart. Haven't been there in a while. And then when we get back home, I'm going to go ahead and make a yummy breakfast using the croissants from Costco and cleaning the kitchen. Thanks so much for coming along with me. So when I was walking by this aisle, I actually could smell the candles and the wax. So I had to go ahead and grab one for my warmer. And I'm in this area trying to find, I grabbed some Drano there just to run down my bathtub downstairs. Anyways, now I'm in the Christmas section and yeah, it's that time. The stuff is out. It's real. So I had a few moments to go ahead and walk through there. I thought that fireplace was a nice price. This and this as well. And then I realized, oh, it was kind of close to Prime Day. So I think, everybody kind of competes. But they had some really good deals in here. Now I'm walking a little quicker because I did take a little bit of time to browse. So now I'm actually in the food section where I need to grab the few items that we came for. That's my favorite oatmeal. I was so excited to see it with the raisins in it. Leave a thumbs up if you like raisins in your oatmeal. I know some people do, some people don't. Anyway, so we are just grabbing a few things we need for this week. I am walking at a steady pace here, you guys, trying to get everything I need to get before I run back into my hubby. And yeah, it's time to go. So we just took that quick little trip, grabbed what we needed to grab, and then now we'll be on our way back home. And when we get home, I will give you a quick grocery haul. So here's a quick overview. We didn't need too much, a few things for the house. My husband needed a new blender for his smoothies. So I'll start here. My husband's oatmeal for his smoothies, sandwich meat. Here's his new blender, my Diet Dr. Pepper, the cereal I got for the week, and then fruit to go in the smoothies, my favorite oatmeal, yum. And then here is my wax. Smells so good from my wax burner over there. And then I have one by the sink as well. Takis for my youngest as he requested. Some Drano. The bathtub downstairs was just moving a little slow. Nothing major, but some fresh bread. Light bulbs. Got to replace my light bulbs in my kitchen. So grab those. And then these Twizzlers are for me. They just look good. Fish crackers. Some donuts. Blow Pop starting to get the candy for Halloween, bananas, and then some new fresh yummy bleach spray. So yeah, that's all we got. And now here's a quick overview of the house. It is not too bad, just a few things that need to be put away, but I'm gonna first start by putting some of my yummy new wax into my wax burner, and then I'll start with breakfast. Or should I say start making breakfast? I'll get the dishes in a minute. Beautiful fall morning. So for breakfast this morning, I am going to go ahead and use our leftover croissants from Costco. And I'm going to use those to make a French toast. And then I'm just going to use some of my red potatoes that I have here. Peel them, slice them up, and use that to make breakfast potatoes. And I'm going to scramble some eggs and cut up some beef sausage or beef hot link sausage, actually, and put them in the egg. So kind of combining all the protein there. And that's what we're going to have for breakfast. So should be yummy and good. I know one thing. We are super hungry, especially after going to Walmart. I mean, it's so funny how you'll leave the house and feel perfectly fine, but it is something about going to the grocery store when you are hungry, and then you just get that much more hungry. And either everything sounds good or nothing sounds good. You just want to go grab something. But anyways, we survived. Here we are at home, and now we are going to have this yummy breakfast. So here I am just dicing up my red potatoes. I just slice them and then turn them around and slice them again, and then just kind of dice them up so that they are small little cubes. For some reason, my son just likes them better that way, and that's fine. He just feels like breakfast potatoes should be diced up, so that's what I'm doing. And then once I get that all done, I will go ahead and put it in the oil, because that's what I did start with, was heating up the oil over here on my stove. So while I'm doing this, my oil was heating up. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take my potatoes. I am carefully setting them in, and I have just enough oil to fry the potatoes. So once I get them all in, then I'll situate them and go ahead and season them. And you will see in a minute why my cabinet door is always open, because yeah, that's where I set you at when you're on this side. Anyway, so now I'm going to go ahead and season my potatoes. I'm just using my typical seasoning salt. Because they are plain red potatoes, I do add some regular salt as well, and then garlic and onion powder. I did add a little bit of my Memphis seasoning, and then some black pepper as well. So just season your potatoes to taste. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm grabbing some white sugar, which is back over here in my sugar canister. And then I'm going to add some cinnamon to my sugar and mix that together. And then I'm going to put that bowl off to the side. Funny, here I just grabbed a knife to cut my croissants in half, like really. And then I realized, why don't you grab a serrated knife, and that'll be that much easier. So here I am just slicing my croissants in half, and I do use the container that the croissants come in. I just cut the lid off and then just stick it under, so you're kind of just doubling it up. And so I cut the croissants in half and then just place them back into their container. And now in the bowl that I put the sugar and cinnamon, I am just cracking eggs. I am not sure how many I did, 4 or 5 maybe. But you just use as many as you need to use for how much French toast you're making. And then I do add milk. I was a little generous on the milk there. And then just mix it all together. And once you do that, which I think I'm just using a fork here, but really would have been better to use a whisk. But once you get it all together, then I just pour it over the top here. And just really, I'm saturating the bread. And then once I get it poured over, then I'll turn the pieces over and get the other side so that they're pretty much soaked and coated. Once I get the pieces all situated here, you will see me add, I totally forgot to add creamer to my mixture, which I normally do. Or if you don't have creamer, you can add vanilla. So here I'm just drizzling the creamer over the top, and then I'll kind of incorporate it in there, mix it all a little bit. And yeah, so now I'm taking the butter and putting it here on the griddle so that I can go ahead and put my pieces on there. And here's what we're looking like. So what I have here is 2 hot links. We get Johnsonville, that's what we prefer. And I'm slicing them down the middle the long way and then slicing them across so that they're kind of just diced up little bite-sized pieces of meat. And that's what I will incorporate into my egg when I am scrambling my eggs. So now I'm just going to check on my potatoes here, which are pretty much ready to go. So I'll take those out, and I do put them on a paper towel to help soak up some of the oil. Here I'm just checking my French toast. I am turning some pieces over. As I mentioned, these pieces were really saturated in the egg milk mixture. They turned out so good, but they did take a little bit longer on the griddle here. And I just had the griddle on like a medium high. And so, yeah, you can test them. You can feel when they're ready to turn or when they're still need to go a little bit longer. So there's the second set right there that I have of my French toast on the skillet. And now I am placing these sausages are already cooked, or the beef hot links, but I'm placing them in the skillet so that they can kind of brown up a little bit, plus add some extra flavor to the eggs and kind of coat the skillet as well. But I am using the same skillet from the potatoes, so it still had the coating of oil. And I do want to put a little disclaimer out there. How I cook and record, this is really how I do it. Now, I do constantly wash my hands, especially my nails, because I have long nails, but I do use them in the kitchen, and I notice it a lot more editing. I use forks, knives, utensils, my nails to kind of, do and move things as I'm cooking. So I do want to put a disclaimer out there. My hands are clean, but yeah, I do kind of notice how much I use things for other purposes than what they're designed for. But hey, continue on. Now I am getting my eggs together to make my scrambled eggs, and I'm just putting it all right here in the skillet, and I'll just scramble it all together in here and adding some salt and pepper as well. So here is my last little batch that I'm putting on the griddle here. I wish you could smell it. Oh my gosh, it smells so good with the cinnamon and the sugar, and the potatoes are all done. So yeah, here's what it's looking like so far. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip over these last little pieces here. And this is what I mean by you can tell when they're ready. Like this piece, it just wasn't ready, and I kind of forced it to flip over, which is why it was kind of that way. But it all turned out great and good. Look at my eggs. But there we go. Now they're all put away. Breakfast was yummy, and I changed.
Get it done. Get it done.
So now let's go ahead and get these dishes done. As you can see, I have a super full sink. So here I'm going to start with this big pan, and I scraped it and then poured it on that side because that is the side with the dirty dishes and the garbage disposal. So I'm going to go ahead and give this skillet here a nice good scrubbing, and then I will put it off to the side. I did put a little bit of Dawn in it with some warm water so that it could soak a little, and clean out the sink here. And then I will go ahead and fill my sink up with the warm water, bleach, Dawn dish soap, so we can get it ready to soak the dishes. Leave a comment down below and let me know what's your grocery shopping routine. My husband and I will go grocery shopping every now and then together. Otherwise, you see me when I run to Winkle. A lot of times it's myself or my kids or my grandson. But when my husband and I go, we like to get up early and go, especially if it's a Saturday or a Sunday. But yeah, leave a comment down below and let me know, do you like to get up early and go? Or are you someone that likes to go later at night? I know that a lot of people do that too. They'll go to the grocery store after dinner, like 8 or 9 o'clock. But yeah, just let me know in the comments. So once I finished cleaning this pot, I did grab this pan over here that I put off to the side on the dry rack and went back over it. And then I took a towel to both of those when I was finished and dried them and put them away. So now that that's done and the dishes are soaking, I'm going to go in and get this sink nice and cleaned out, run the garbage disposal, do all that. So here is a quick look as to how the sink is looking, the kitchen overall, and the living room and dining room. But what I do need to do is go ahead and wipe down my countertops here. So I am just using an antibacterial all-purpose spray and some paper towels and just going in and giving everything a quick wipe down. So I will use both rags and paper towels when I'm wiping down my countertops, but I feel like I use paper towels more like right after I cook, especially if I've used oil or something, so that when I'm wiping, I can just wipe it all up and then just throw the paper towel away, versus when your countertops are kind of clean from food and all that and you're just spraying them down to wipe down. In that case, I would use a rag. But anyways, here I am just getting it all wiped up either which way. Before I close out, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for coming along with me this Saturday morning. And I hope to see you in the next one.